Barbara Watt Biggs was born and raised on a small family farm in Oregon. To support the family enterprise, she worked beside her parents as a migrant worker, learning the business of the fields. Barbara quickly developed insights while working in the fields. She found that if she concentrated her efforts on the star producers, she could yield more in half the time. This efficient work strategy set a solid foundation for her future entrepreneurial successes. At 22, a car crash left her a widow and a single mom. She reconnected with family in Kodiak, Alaska, and found work as a secretary, tended bar, and later operated a restaurant to support her son, Robert. Barbara tackled every opportunity with grace and fortitude, whatever it took. Her next endeavor led her to the lucrative commercial fishing industry, where she joined a crew on the most dangerous body of water in the world, the deadly Bering Sea. On the ship, she took on various roles from ship's cook to deckhand, pulling in crab and fish beside her male counterparts.
And she was on a Norwegian fishing boat. And at one time, out there in the storms, they took on so much ice that the deck separated from the hull, and it was threatened their life. And the captain was able to get that boat back to the dock. After that, Barbara said, never again. And a year later, she got a telegram from the wife of the captain, they live in Norway, asking if she had any pictures of the ship, anything like that, because the whole ship went down in the Bering Sea the following year, lost the whole crew.
Barbara eventually decided to move to sunny Key West, Florida, where she met Bob Watt in 1976. There, they married, and she earned her real estate license. Bob retired from the U.S. Navy, and they moved to Cape Coral, Florida. When Bob's health began to fail, Barbara set out to build a business for a future on her own. In 1984, Barbara launched Century 21 Sunbelt with just 4 agents and a vision to become the #1 Century 21 office in the world. Barbara's charisma had a way of attracting people to her. She also had a knack for recognizing talent, and in 1985 convinced Michael Schneider Christians to move from Germany to work with her.
How Barbara and I met in 1985. I was called in Germany I should come to the US the next day or as soon as possible. And I talked to my wife, and she said, okay, go. The reason was I was already here previous years and wanted to actually immigrate. That was my plan. So I came every year twice to check on Florida. And all of a sudden somebody knew that Barbara was looking for somebody who did a project. So that was the time when I decided, okay, I fly, I meet Barbara, met Bob, her previous husband, who passed away, unfortunately. And we had a great time for a couple of hours, and that was the beginning of our relationship for now, since 1985 up to today.
Another building block for Barbara was her willingness to support her team and promote their success.
She doesn't compete with the agents, which are always highly appreciated. She, as the broker of the company, always had the philosophy, I lead, the rest sells and lists.
Terry Lodge, co-worker and friend, recalls being immediately energized by Barbara. In fact, she recruited Terry to merge her real estate business with Sunbelt.
She shared with me right after she got into the Century 21 system. They have different levels of success, different rooms that you can go into at conventions based on your office production. Well, when she first got into the Century 21 system, she was kind of following the crowd because it's huge. You have 10,000 people there. So she followed this little group of brokers up into this room, and when she got to the door, they turned her away. They said, well, Barbara, your business isn't big enough for you to be allowed to come and join this group. And she had 2 new agents with her, and she said that she was so humiliated. She turned around from that door, and before she hit the end of the stairs, she said she would never be turned away from another room again.
From that point on, nothing was going to stop Barbara. Her agency not only continued to steadily grow, but it won accolade after accolade. Then, in 2005, Barbara's ultimate vision came to fruition. Sunbelt Century 21 achieved its goal of being named #1 in the world.
So we had very specific goals on what we wanted to do, and she wanted to be a Centurion office, which is a highly accoladed part of Century 21's production. And so we set a goal for ourselves that we would sell one house every day. Our agents would sell one house every day. And the first month that we hit 30 houses in 1 month, it was a major celebration for us. So the journey upward was filled with goals that she would set, always with a very clear vision, and that was to be #1. So we hit Centurion first, that was our first goal. We hit double Centurion, we hit Grand Centurion, which is the highest level that you can reach. And then we hit #1 in the world in 2005.
Not only did Sunbelt excel as an office, Barbara's hard work and determination led to the most defining moment of her career. Barbara earned the Century 21 Award Cup for being the most outstanding broker-owner in the world.
You have to recognize that she was the first woman in the corporate world of Century 21 to receive this award. And it's very meaningful because the corporate people looked at this award and looked at Barbara from the standpoint of 3 different areas. One, how she handled her business as a broker owner, how she handled the business with reference to corporate helping them as well as they helping her, and the other area was how she helped the community. That is very important.
Her reputation grew. Barbara was asked to speak to Century 21 professionals internationally. She addressed audiences in Japan and Turkey, a rare opportunity for a woman in those countries, and she was very well received. Barbara's leadership extends beyond her business and into her community. She's actively engaged with numerous charitable organizations to serve and give back.
A few years ago, we had the hurricane. 5 of our offices were hit by the hurricane. We couldn't really do any real estate. Things were shut down. Barbara believed we should be helping the community. And at that time, we had a food trailer, complete with kitchen, hot food, that type of thing. So we went to 3 different areas in that first week after the hurricane hit. And I'll never forget, there was a woman in line and Barbara was standing there serving with other people. And this woman came up and said, "You know, I apologize for being in this line. It's the first time I've ever been in a line, but I've lost all my things, my home, everything." And Barbara looked at her and said, "Sweetheart, you don't have to apologize. We're giving this to you because we want to. We want you to survive." And I'll never forget that. And we fed about 3,000 people in that week.
At age 75, Barbara is still going strong. She continues to learn. She offers her time to mentor youth. She's athletic and a competitor. Barbara credits her entrepreneurial success to loving what you do, doing it well, and giving back.
Both Barbara and I appreciate every day. And I tell her I love her every day. And it's not just words, I mean it, because we appreciate what goes on in life.
A self-made businesswoman succeeding through courage, ingenuity, and hard work, Barbara Watt Biggs has embodied the entrepreneurial spirit throughout her life and career in real estate. Her commitment to the community and her gracious presence is both inspiring and humbling. Junior Achievement of Southwest Florida is pleased to add Barbara Watt Biggs as an outstanding laureate for the 2012 Business Hall of Fame, Lee County.